Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new around here, my name's Sam and you're watching One Life Cars, the channel where I show you guys how to fix your car. Today's video is on the Alfa Romeo Mito. Dead simple one. I'm going to show you guys how to locate and use the OBD2 port. And that's the diagnostics port. In other words, it's the port you use to connect your code reader to if you have an engine light on or a problem on the dash, just like that one there. So in today's video, I'm going to show you how to find the port. I'm going to show you how to connect your diagnostic scanner properly. And I'll show you bringing up a code, which I know this car's got, and erasing it. So I'll go through the full process. Anyway, stay tuned and I'm going to show you guys how. Right guys, first thing we're going to look at is the code reader itself. So I have a basic cheap code reader here. I can't remember if I bought this offline or from Alfa to Summit, but it was very cheap. It was about £20, and this will give you basic readings with the OBD2 socket, should I say, not pocket, which is common in pretty much every car on the road right now. So this will plug into your car, and with the ignition on, you can bring up a screen which will show you what that engine light means. So the first thing you need to know is where the socket is located, you know, the bit you plug this into. So on these, the Alfa Romeo Mito, in the driver's side, we're going to look to the right of the steering wheel, where your little controls are for the headlight and the fog lights and stuff. Underneath that is a little cubby hole, like so. Now, they're a bit of a ball like these, I'll be honest. I think the idea is they're meant to, I'll put my keys out of the way. They're meant to squeeze in here at the top, so you can pop the top out. See the little tabs there? So if you can get something on one of those little tabs there and squeeze it in, and you can pull the top out, I think. Now, even though I'm meant to be in the tutorial, if you guys have got a better way of taking this out, please let me know in the comments, because when I first did this, before I've done this video, it was a nightmare and I ended up hacking it a bit, I think. So the idea is it squeezes and pops down, because the port we need is behind this. Right, I'm going to change what I was going to say. So leave this cubby hole in, because the whole trim is on. We are doing this together, guys. A couple of clips. There's one here and two down there. So if you look at those two holes in the metal there and there, those tabs go into them. Like, we can do it with one hand. Like so. And then those two top tabs, as you can see there, just line up with those holes. Yeah, so it'll all just pop back in. So I think the best way is probably just to get a good grip in the gap here and just give it a yank, and the whole panel comes off. It's a lot easier then to see where we're working, and you don't damage this little cubby hole bit like I have, because it won't go back in properly now. So yeah, pull the whole panel off, a lot easier. And then you should be left with this. You might see it first, which might confuse you. Just see a bit of black, but it's just a cover with a little tab on it there. You can squeeze to pull out, revealing the OBD2 port. So what we want to do is first is have your key in the ignition. And we're going to turn the ignition one click. So don't turn the car on, just bring everything up like so. Copyright. And then we're going to get the OBD2 port like so. Now on these, they're going upside down, so that way around, with the fatter bit at the bottom, and it simply slides straight on. Now the ignition has to be on, or else it won't work. So the word we're looking for on this menu as it flashes up is can. If you get the can word, it's working and reading. So typical today, it's bringing up no codes. So the car wants to behave. The one day I want to show you a code read. So let's just pretend there is a code. So DTC is your code. So I'm going to click enter on that. No codes. If it did bring a code up, We go back to the menu bit and scroll one to erase, and then we can click erase. Erase fail, obviously, because there's no codes to erase. And then after you've done that, if you want to double check, you can go to rescan and scan it again. So as you can see today, we have no codes, all is well in the car. This is the most basic tool, the most basic menu. This is about as basic as it's going to get. Some have a more in-depth menu, but to keep it simple, yeah, for just erasing codes, it's just like that. So you'll stick it in, it'll come up with a code under DTC. There you can read your codes and then Google them to find out what the problem is. And for a temporary fix, or to see if it'll just stay off, you can scroll to erase and erase one and get rid of it. And that, guys, is how to use the code reader to find out an engine light and what that means. Once you've finished with that, you can pull your code reader out, just like so. Pop the cover back on, like so. Pop your plastic cover back in, lining up those holes again. And all is back to normal. And hopefully then when you next start the car, we'll have no engine lights. All good, just like that. And that, guys, is how to locate your OBD2 port, use a diagnostics reader, scan for a code, erase the code and start again. I hope you found this video useful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you like this sort of content. There's loads of other cars on the channel, loads of tutorials, and there'll be plenty more on this Alfa Romeo Mito to come. Other than that, thank you for watching, and until next time, peace.